All right, here he is, you know, arguably the greatest basketball player of our time, and it's a tremendous human interest story, but he's been known by many names in his lifetime. His neighbors in Lansing, Michigan used to call him Junebug. To his friends, he was EJ or just E. Former Lakers coach Pat Riley still calls him Buck. But everybody in the world who has witnessed his wizardry on the basketball court knows him best as Magic.
Can't imagine him by any other name.
That's right, and it's a perfect name for him, too, isn't it? We all know he retired from the NBA as a result of testing positive for the HIV virus, but there's a lot more we don't know about him, and it's all here in this new book called My Life. Here's Magic Johnson.
Magic, welcome.
Thank you. Have a seat, big guy. Yep. Everybody loves Magic Johnson, no doubt about it. And I tell you, the first thing you notice about Magic Johnson is that ebullient smile.
Yeah.
What a wonderful smile. And when he came to Los Angeles, I remember meeting you. I don't even know if you remember because you've been through so much. But in the early days when you came, Jerry Buss had one of those parties at the Pickfair Mansion.
Exactly.
One of those beautiful, dreamy Southern California parties by the big pool and the big backyard. A little band was playing and the tables
kind you only
were
see in a
spread.
movie.
Exactly right. The kind you only see in a movie. And there was Magic, you know, standing tall and proud and just come to L.A. And I suppose you couldn't believe what was happening to you, huh?
I couldn't because it was it's almost like a dream.
Yeah.
You know, how many chances does an athlete or anybody get to go to a city that he wanted to go to and play with a legend like Kareem and get a chance to meet all the movie stars?
Oh, my gosh. And they took to you right away.
It was just great.
But, you know, it was tough leaving Lansing because you were in a close-knit family and you were going to miss your mother's cooking and your father's advice and all that. And I read the book, and it was kind of sad for you to leave town.
It was. I remember the time that my mom and dad walked me to the airplane, and my father never cries, and I could see him crying. And so I tried to be strong, and I hugged and kissed both of them and got on the plane, and then I started crying.
Oh.
And it was a tough time because I think, you know, I've come from a family of 10, and we were so close. And even though I went to Michigan State, I was only 10 minutes away from my house.
Sure.
So I could run back every Sunday, get a home-cooked meal, have my
Get
mom
your
do my...
laundry done.
Exactly. And steal some groceries. So you know, I'm very close. My father is my hero and my friend and my dad, all in one. And my mom is everything to me as well. So I miss them, and it's still nice to have a close relationship with them now.
Well, as a little kid, did you dream about becoming a basketball star? I mean, was that part of what you were going to school for and living for? Did you have the hoop out in the driveway and all of that? You know what kids go through.
We didn't have a hoop. The playground was about 2 blocks away. And I dreamed of being a basketball player. I didn't know I was going to be a star or anything. I just wanted to make it to the NBA. So we would go up every day after you get your homework done and get all your chores did. You know, you had to take care of that and stay all night, all day.
Shooting hoops.
Shooting hoops. And then in the summer sometime, we would have one of the older guys drive his car up when it was dark and put the high beams on
so we can
continue to play at night. So it was just all day.
And were you a high school star, Magic?
I was pretty good in high school.
Yeah. We have a little video, just about 20 seconds of it.
Oh,
let's
no.
go back to 1977, 15 years ago, when a young Magic there on the court. What was the name of the school?
Nancy Everett.
There he is.
Nancy Everett. Oh, all that hair.
You know, that hair gave you 3 more inches.
Yeah. Well, you had to have a fro back
Look at him pull that rebound down. Now here he comes up the court again. Magic calling them as he sees them.
Boy, you were so lean then. I mean, you put on a lot of muscle, haven't you?
A lot of weight since then. I was skinny. I hope so. Man, don't bring out no more pictures like that.
You're lucky we only went back to high school days.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
when did they start calling you Magic anyway?
When I was 15, I was a sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
And a sports writer came in after one game, and I went to a school that wasn't very good in basketball. And so myself and a couple other guys went there, and we made the team pretty good, and we beat a team that was supposed to take the division. And the guy came in and said, I want to give you a nickname. You know, you're 15, you're giggling, laughing, yeah, right, okay. And so he says, somebody's already called Dr. J, Big E. He said, can I call you Magic? And I looked at my friend and said, is this guy for real? And sure enough, it stuck ever since then.
What a perfect name, huh?
Oh,
I mean,
man.
hard to live up to?
At times.
You went to a predominantly all-white high school because of the busing situation. How do you think that affected you growing up?
Well, at first, when you're in it, you're disappointed and you're frustrated and angry because most of my friends were going to a school that was walking distance. And growing up and going to school and playing with these friends of mine all day, every day, it was hard then to split off and go to an environment that I didn't know that many people. And so at that time it was difficult, but in the long run it was the best thing that ever happened to me because I got a chance to really relate to people from different walk of life than I was from. It helped me to articulate better, to read better. My education, I think, was better. So everything turned around. It was good for Irvin Johnson.
And then they recruited you. Practically every college, university in the country was after you, including my
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But you chose Michigan State, which is in Lansing. Was that part of the reason why? Because it was at home?
It was basically because it was at home and my mom and dad would get a chance to see me and my brothers and sisters.
Come to the games.
Exactly. But I visited Notre Dame and a couple other schools, and they were all great basketball schools. At that time, Notre Dame was one of the best, and as well as Michigan and a couple others. But I felt that it was another great basketball player in my town, Jay Vincent. He had already signed to go to Michigan State, and I felt that the two of us could get together, we could turn the program around at Michigan State. And
you did.
We were able to accomplish
I remember seeing you at Michigan State, and there was another guy on the team, Magic. And now, I don't know who threw the pass to who, but you guys had perfected that pass, and the other guy jumps, grabs it, and dunks it right in.
Greg Kelser.
Greg Kelser, yeah. Now, did you pass to him? He passed to you?
I can't jump that high, so I was definitely doing the pass.
But I had never seen that played work to perfection like that before.
We just, you know, it's just two players in sync with one another.
Yes.
It's just like you're talking about football, like a quarterback and a receiver. It's the same thing in basketball where I just read him all the way and threw it up, and he went up. I don't care how high I threw it, he went up and got it.
Indefensible.
That can't be taught, right? That's just innate.
No, you can't teach instincts of the game. You can teach how to shoot a layup or things like that, but basketball instincts, you can't teach them. It's, you know, that's why it makes Larry Bird or Michael Jordan so great, because of their basketball instincts.
We'll get a pause. We'll come right back with more from Magic in just a minute.
Tomorrow on Live, the one and only Ava Gabor. Also, husband and wife Kevin Bacon and Kira Sedgwick.
We've pulled a few strings to bring you our window covering sale at JCPenney. We've lowered our made-to-measure blinds 50%. We've pulled back our Supreme draperies to $29.99. And this Taj collection to $44.99. We've pulled together savings from top to bottom, horizontal to vertical, and sheers to shades. The JCPenney window covering sale. Don't miss this window of opportunity. JCPenney!
When a woman buys Monistat 7, she's getting more than just a cure. She's getting the #1 doctor-recommended cure for yeast infections. And she's getting a cure that starts to work the first night. But maybe more importantly, she's getting peace of mind.
Hi, is this the nurse?
Because only Monistat 7 has a nurse answering our 800 number. In case a woman has a question and needs to talk to someone. Monistat 7, more than just a cure.
I've got my rice, bought some chicken. What can you do for me?
We can make your meal.
Meal makers? It's from Uncle Ben's.
Of course. Who knows rice better?
So show me.
It's easy. Just saute meat or seafood, add a rich, delicious meal maker sauce with chunky vegetables, and serve over rice.
Sweet and sour. What else have you got for me?
How about Cajun, teriyaki, honey lemon? New meal maker sauces. The best thing to happen to rice since Uncle Ben's.
You're right. You did make my meal.
This holiday season, count on Lucky to speed you through our checkout. Count on Lucky for lower overall prices. Our latest comparison proves we're ringing in the season with savings of as much as 6.4%. And in the end, that could help save something even more important.
Our holiday best from Lucky.
If you take a fertility drug and find out you're having 3 or 4 or more, can you do anything about it? More Than One, tonight at 10 on News Center 4.
Talking with Magic Johnson, who was written about his life in a book called My Life. Was it tough writing about, well, the chapters in Los Angeles, those wild times, those crazy days?
I think that it wasn't difficult at all. I think if you truthful with yourself and you just lay it out there, it's not difficult. It's the time that you live. You know, you're not happy about it, but you want to explain it to young people where they can understand that I made a mistake and hopefully they won't make the same mistake. And then when you're working with somebody like Bill Novak, I mean, he can capture it all. It's just like you're talking.
Yes, exactly.
You know? And
that's
so,
exactly the feeling I got as I was reading. But you've always been very, very honest, I think, with your public and with yourself.
Well, that's what it's all about. I can go home and sleep good at night because I know I've been honest, and that's all you can ask of yourself.
Do you think it's calmed down any? You know, you talk about promiscuous sex and so on, and the temptations on the road and all of that, and the groupies, and
has it changed?
Has it changed at all?
I would have to say it has changed, but then I look in the USA Today on Friday, and on the front of the paper there that they saying that heterosexuals haven't really changed. I mean, and so I still have a big fight ahead, and we have to continue to educate and continue to teach our young people that this is not the way, because the AIDS virus and AIDS is out here in a big way.
Are you now counseling them for abstinence, Magic? Or is that your message to them at this point?
No question about it, it's my message, but then on the same end of that, sex is up among teenagers the highest it's ever been. So it's like a twofold situation. Either way, when I say abstinence, I'm trying to tell them, and then they, on the other hand, there's all the other teenagers who look and say, I'm not gonna not have sex. So when they say that, then I have to come in with it. Well, if you're gonna do it, hopefully you'll talk to your parents, number one. And then if you're not gonna do that, then at least have safe sex. But I'm not promoting them to do that. I'm just trying to explain to them that HIV virus and AIDS are out here, and here are your options. And so I tell them they should abstain from having sex until they're married, but they're not listening, a lot of them. You know, so I'm caught.
Yeah.
And I hope you can understand
well,
that.
all you can do is what you're doing.
Situation, yeah.
But Magic, that announcement, I mean, it stunned everybody, and I can only imagine what you felt like when, how did you hear that you had it?
Well, our doctor, our team doctor, Mickey Millman, called me in, and he just point blank told me. And, you know, it's like I fell to the ground. I didn't, but it's like I did.
Inside you did.
Yeah, because it wasn't for myself as much as it was for my wife and my baby that was on the way at that particular time. And we had just got married, and I was trying to wonder to myself, how was I going to tell her after she had waited 14 years to get married to me? And so I'm saying, oh man, after all the things I sent her through, how am I going to explain to her that I have this virus?
Yeah.
But
and how did she take it?
She didn't take it well. I mean, she took it as good as you can expect. So
Well,
then
she loves you.
Yeah, and then I told her, well, I can understand if you want to leave. And then she only hit me like Mike Tyson. You know? And after I got up off the ground, she said, hey, I waited this long, I love you, I'm not going anywhere. So that was the beauty of it. So at least
And
she said
that's an amazing lady. She and your little baby continue to test negatively. So what do the doctors say at this point, Magic? Does that mean they're basically going to be negative forever?
Yeah, forever. So
Thank God for that.
they're both doing well. She's a beautiful lady. She's my best friend. We talk about everything, and we continue just to stay strong and have fun. You know, you got to continue on. What people don't understand is that this has happened, but life continues. You know, you go on, and you can still have a good life and a long life. You just have to take care of yourself and do things maybe in a different way.
Yeah. We've got to pause one more time, Magic. We'll be right back in just a minute.
Tomorrow on Live from the Heights, actors Sean Thompson and James Walters.
In a land of long ago, dwells a legendary voice. Robert Goulet is King Arthur in Camelot. Pageantry, romance, wizardry, comedy, chivalry. Don't miss Camelot at the Golden Gate Theater. Call 510-762-BASS.
Coffee's been waking you up for years. Isn't it time you return the favor? New flavored creamers from Mocha Mix, Amaretto and Irish Cream.
And you thought Mocha Mix Light was just for coffee. Zero cholesterol, rich and creamy. Mocha Mix, the cream of non-dairy creamers.
Every 8-ounce bag of Kraft shredded mozzarella is made from 2 quarts of milk. How did they do that?
Well, 2 giants poured the milk into the cheese that it got so big that it exploded into little pieces.
Every 8-ounce bag of Kraft shredded mozzarella is made from 2 quarts of milk. That's why it always tastes better than imitation shreds, made with almost no milk at all. Kraft shredded mozzarella, for all the taste, all the time.
K-R-A-F-T. I love that story.
This holiday season, count on Lucky to speed you through our checkout. Count on Lucky for lower overall prices. Our latest comparison proves we're ringing in the season with savings of as much as 6.4%. And in the end, that could help save something even more important.
Our holiday best from Lucky.
The HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers today.
That was the stunning announcement we were just talking about, and everybody gulped hard. I mean, people had that, you know, that thing in your stomach. It's one of those announcements, one of those stories that you remember for the rest of your life. How long had you known you had it before you had to go public with it?
Not too long. It's only, what, a couple, like a week or two.
So,
I mean, boom, it was happened.
So right away you had to retire, but then, of course, you came back for that All-Star game.
Yes.
And was there ever, were you hot, Magic? I mean, come on.
Well,
you were firing them right and left. It must have been a magic moment for you.
Definitely a magic moment. Yes, yes, for sure. I had trained and worked out very hard.
Gee, you looked fabulous.
Because I wanted to make sure that I was still Magic, you know, and that I could still play. And if that was going to be my last hurrah, I wanted to go out right. So it's just like today. I still work out every day, and I get, because I always just want to train and be able to just run up and down the court.
Sure.
So it was a great moment for me, and then the Olympics, of course.
Oh, the Olympics, and what a team that was.
Oh, man.
The dream team.
Yes, it was, I would never, ever be able to top that because I was, you know, you dream and you fantasize about playing with Larry and Michael, and my dream and my fantasy, I mean, it came true. And then to have them, one on the left, one on the right, and you could pass it to either one of them.
How do you decide? That's true. You've been opposite them all those years, even though you were friends, and to be on the same team.
And you had such a wonderful time, you decided, well, you were going to come back one more season. One more time.
But your doctor said you could.
Yeah, everything was, I've been doing well, and I had been training hard, and so I was ready. And I went through training camp, then played the exhibition. And then, you know, even before that, a lot of talk among the guys had started to surface. There was a lot of opinions of whether it was columnists, whether it was newscaster, whatever it might have been. And I said, you know, Larry and myself built this game to where it is today, and I never want to leave a bad impression or put a black mark on the NBA because it's at its highest right now. And so I came back from North Carolina, and I told my wife, you know, I think I'm going to retire on Monday. And she said, what?
She didn't see it coming.
No, she didn't. I said, I'm not having the fun that I'm used to having, because I play basketball because I love playing the game, and I have a lot of fun doing it. And I told everybody 12 years ago, I said, when the fun leaves, magic is leaving. And so I left.
Well, it was then, a lot of it had to do with the comments of some of the players you might have been playing against. How do you feel about that? Can you understand their feelings, or do you resent it a little bit, or are they out of line, or do you think that possibility could have happened?
I understand it, but no, I don't think it could have happened. I understand their feeling. No, I'm not upset with them because, first of all, I'm a guy who doesn't hold grudges, and I go on. I don't let things bother me. So what they said was because they felt that way, they had a right to feel that way. I only wish that, just out of respect, that maybe they could have called or talked to me before they went public with it. That's all. Because I played in the Olympics with Karl Malone. We played together 3 months. We were together 3 months. And no problem.
You never sensed fears from him at that point?
No. And then I turn around in the newspaper, there's a big article. So I just, if it was me, I would just say, hey, look, come here. I want to talk to you. You know.
Have some done that?
No. Really? All the guys, most of the guys I talked to, 80, 90% of the NBA were for me coming back. They wanted to play against me. It was funny to have a Spud Webb and Clyde Drexler doing the exhibition games come up and say, look, I'm glad you're back. This is where you belong. And I enjoyed that. So I hold nothing against anybody because life goes on, you know? You can't sit and worry about tomorrow. You got to enjoy today and put those problems behind you and keep going.
You have a beautiful little boy to live for now, too.
Yeah, you know, my wife, my family.
Is he precious?
Yeah, there he is.
And you said to me during commercial break, you can already tell he's getting long,
Yeah, see, he was fat then.
But now he's getting long
now
and
he's getting
lean.
long, and he's beautiful. He's a joy because he makes, you know, even when you have hard days or bad days, when you get home, you just forget about it. I mean, looking at his face, he's just, yeah, okay, that's my man, you know?
You know, you
And if
can
he's
tell.
got gas, he's got problems too, right?
Oh, yeah, he got problems, but you don't mind changing those diapers. So God has really blessed me. You know, you can't dwell on the past. You only try to help people. What happened to you, you try to help people, you know, and just tell them that this is out here. I lived a life that I wouldn't want them to live. I made a mistake, it was wrong, but hopefully they can capitalize off of it. Not just young people, but people my age too who are single, who are still out there dating and doing a thing. So
married people too.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's what, 75% of all the cases are through heterosexual sex now, so you got to remember that. And, you know, just continue to look out for not only yourself, but your partner too.
So, Magic, you're not scared at all?
No, I'm not scared. If God decided to take me today, I have lived a wonderful life. I have had an opportunity to do things that I never even thought I would have a chance to do. Basketball has taken me all over the world. He has blessed me with a great family and a beautiful wife and 2 great sons. And then, so if my time is today, then don't Don't anybody feel sorry for me. Just say that Magic enjoyed every moment of his life when he was on this face of the earth.
See, the weirdest thing of all is that you look so healthy. You feel so great. Do you have any symptoms, any side of nothing?
Nothing.
You feel like you did 5 years ago, 10 years?
Same way, you know, and I mean, I lift weights every day, 2 hours. Then I run on the treadmill for another 45 minutes. I do all the things that I used to do. Only thing now, my wife and I have to just have safe sex. Other than that, everything is good because God is taking care of me. He's taking care of me. He just took me out of one uniform and put me in another. That's all.
Well, that's true.
Will you rejoin the AIDS Commission, you think, under President-elect Clinton?
I think so. We're supposed to talk. He told me before, if he was elected president, he wanted me to come back. So he wants to talk to me, and I think he's going to be a good president.
Magic, you brought a lot of happiness to a lot of people over the years.
You still do.
You still do, and it's all here in this incredible book called My Life. Magic Johnson. Incidentally, Magic will be at Barnes & Noble today at 12:30 at 5th Avenue and 48th Street to say hello to everybody. Thanks, Magic. Good luck to you. It was great. We'll be back with Jennifer